Well, man, what did we learn today? We learned that even if Paul George is gone, and the defense with Jeff Van Gundy is elite, and Zubats has become every NBA nerd's favorite player, and even if Kawhi is healthy for the playoffs, and even if the Nuggets look a little shaky going into the postseason with coaching change, the whole thing, at the end of the day, they're still the Clippers, and this was destined to happen. They just did not match the Nuggets' intensity or energy or whatever word you want to call at all in this game. And you can see it on plays where Christian Brown is on the other side of the floor at half a second and Jokic is hitting him with a bullet pass. Or Russ guards Harden one-on-one, Harden misses a step-back three, and then Russ is gone in transition the other way. You can see it when Christian Brown is pressuring Harden like crazy in the corner, and then Harden just kind of doesn't do anything for about, 5 seconds, and then before you know it, there's 3 seconds on the clock. He's got to do a desperate floater. And then on the other end, I believe Aaron Gordon got a putback over Harden as well as Zubats. And then right after that, Gordon was on the other side of the floor to block Powell on a chase down block, which then leads to an MPJ three. There were two huge MPJ transition threes. One where Kawhi's closeout was like okay, but because the team wasn't all the way back, he wasn't able to get on MPJ early. And then the second MPJ three, which really broke this game open, there was nobody around him at all. You see it with Gordon like going off ball to just post up Kawhi when the Nuggets are spaced out around it. And it's just, it's energy and intensity and physicality that the Nuggets were ready for. And the Clippers, they just folded. I mean, it's a 30-point game as I'm doing this midway fourth quarter. You know it's bad when I'm doing the commentary before the game's over. I mean, there's other things too. There's Russ making threes. There's Christian Brown, who was left ridiculously wide open as the Clippers were terrified of Jokic getting the ball in the post. There was the Nuggets zone. There was double teams on Kawhi, which, he was able to make some good passes in there, and they were able to get like a Batum three off of it, whatever. This doesn't matter. Yeah, I picked the Clippers in this series. And then speaking of James Harden, I mean, 7 points at the time of me doing this, which is early fourth quarter. 7 points, 13 assists, who cares? 2 for 8. I mean, it's going to be another James Harden playoff rose session. There's nothing you can do to defend him. It's not going to help Kawhi's legacy either, but also he's cemented in history because we know why. So, yeah, Harden definitely, if there was any sort of like opportunity for Harden to regain some stuff in legacy talks, well, okay, whatever. There is a real truth to the like teams that can go into another gear for the playoffs. And when you've won a championship and when you're big and physical like the Nuggets are, especially with Jokic, Brown, Gordon, there just does seem to be like an extra gear you can kick to. Whereas with the Clippers, and maybe this, I don't know, if you really want to try, maybe some of this is due to like chemistry stuff. The Nuggets have been together for a long time, and a lot of the guys in the Clippers have as well. There's been some roster turnover there, but, Kawhi misses half the season, whatever. Chemistry as well as like a very methodical offensive approach that the Clippers have, Harden pick and roll, Kawhi going to cook on his ISOs and all that. But when you have Jokic and athletes and the Murray-Jokic two-man game and the whole thing, there's just another level of chemistry. And I don't know, I'm just rambling. This is what happens when a team loses by 20-something points in a game where it was basically over midway third quarter. Honestly, the question for me now, well, number one is we now have a Nuggets-Thunder series that begins very shortly. Hopefully I'll get a video out for that tomorrow, I guess. I mean, the Game 1 is on Monday, so that one's got to be pretty quick. And by the way, I'm not going to end up getting a Cavs-Pacers one out in time. I'll just say I think the Cavs are going to win, but I think the Pacers will give them a good series. There you go. Obviously, I'll react to the games as they happen. But now I'm sitting here wondering, what could the Clippers do at this point that would make me believe in them? Because this was the most that I believed in them in a long time. I mean, everything fell into place here. Zoo was just one of the best centers in the league this season. That's not a crazy take. Go down the league and find the centers who were definitely better than him. There's only a few. Kawhi was healthy. In Game 1, Harden, how well he was looking on screen actions with putting Jokic in it, whether Jokic is dropping back or high on the screen, and he was able to pick that apart. MPJ's shoulder, we hope everybody's healthy, but that's the reality of the playoffs sometimes. It's like everything that you would think that would happen for the Clippers to at least go to round 2 was in place, and then they laid a complete egg in this game. And to be clear, this is not me suggesting you have some massive roster overhaul. I mean, you can make whatever small changes you want, but like, no, you keep the core of this team and you try it again next season, because what else are you going to do? But I'm just saying, even if they do make like some nice moves on the margins, which everybody thought they did going into this year with the nice defenders they picked up, Derek Jones, Chris Dunn, etc., I don't know if anything is going to really get me to do it. I mean, I guess the round 1 opponent might be the thing. And I guess the absolute most optimistic spin on it would be, well, Zubac already made a big jump this season. Perhaps he makes another one next year. I don't know. And then you have a better regular season with more healthy Kawhi games, and you have a better seeding, and you don't get the Nuggets in round 1. But the West is really good, and I don't know. Something tells me it's just never going to be that simple. I mean, as far as other basketball stuff, like, look, Harden's got a player option. Most of their team is on shorter contracts, and they still do not control their own draft pick for a long time. I do believe they get an OKC swap this year, so they will have a pick, but it's not their own pick. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at the box score now. Crazy stuff.